We're Don and Roxanne Sawchuk. I'm Don.
I'm Roxanne.
Yeah. Well, I think most people here know the story, but I was diagnosed with a disease called myelodysplasia, which is bone marrow cancer. And at the time we were diagnosed, we weren't sure if there was even a cure or just what the prognosis was. And so obviously at that point, we were, I don't know, it's interesting to look back on. You feel like you almost had an out-of-body experience when the doctor shares that with you. And we got in the car and kind of looked at each other and just went, wow, that's what it feels like for this to happen to you instead of someone else. Moving along, I mean, obviously we were in prayer and shared it with friends, family, church body, everybody, and in prayer, and through the process met with some a bone marrow transplant doctor from HSU who said at the time that a transplant could cure us. Not a guarantee, but it could cure us, and so that gave us some hope, and we hoped and prayed to that end. I think early on we expected to have a much longer period of time before we got to that stage. We progressed rapidly to get to the transplant stage. We were thinking 5 to 10 years before that happened, and it turned out it was a matter of 6 to 9 months. Be the match agency found us a match with a man in Europe. We really don't know anything about him except it was a young man in Europe, and they looked for 10 points, 10 markers, and we hit 10 of 10.
3 weeks?
Yep.
3 weeks.
3 weeks in the hospital.
And then, was it almost 4 months in the Portland area?
A month and a half in a trailer in the parking lot at OHSU because we had to be close just in case of complications. And there were a couple of things, a couple times into emergency, one readmittance. It was a stressful time, even with faith and trust in God, which I think we both had, knowing through the whole thing. I was pretty comfortable with the fact that I knew where I would go if something happened. But at the same time, it's still stressful, and anxiety is just huge. Thinking of leaving Roxanne, leaving family, even though I know I'm going, to be with the Lord, it's still a stressful time. So lots of time spent in prayer. I look back on it now, and I think, well, even through the whole process, I thought, what did God have in mind putting me into this situation? Be that contact with nurses and doctors that I met, an opportunity to possibly be a witness to people that I didn't know or hadn't met before. And so, I went into it from that aspect, and I think I did. I mean, I had many a nurse that shared how pleased they were to actually have me for the day, because so many of the patients that they see are just really down, and we weren't. Thank you, Lord, here we are. And it's a kind of a distant memory now, A time in our life we will certainly never forget.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody, for the prayers and support, because we had a Caring Bridge account, and it was very uplifting just to see the prayers and concern that everybody had through the whole thing. It really was. It was big. Yep.